Hi everyone, I'm Miss Briana from the Hopewell Branch Library. Welcome to a brand new virtual book display. Today I'm going to share with you some fabulous new juvenile graphic novels that have come into the library this summer. Our first two books are from a brand new early reader line called I Can Read Comics. These books introduce children to the world of graphic novel storytelling. The first book is called Friendbots, Blink and Block Make a Wish, written and illustrated by Vicky Fang. Meet the robots, Blink and Block, in the STEM-inspired story by debut author-illustrator Vicky Fang. Blink is scanning the playground for treasure, and Block is pretty sure there's no gold to be found. Will Blink prove that treasure does exist, or will these two new pals find something even better? Friendbots, Blink and Block Make a Wish is a Level 2 I Could Read comic, an engaging story for children starting to read on their own. The second book is called Tiny Tales Shell Quest, written and illustrated by Steph Waldo. When a little slug finds new friends in the backyard, she notices they look a lot like her, except they have shells. Maybe a shell is exactly what she needs to fit in, but finding one is a lot harder than it sounds. Tiny Tales Shell Quest is a Level 3 I Can Read comic, a more complex story for independent readers. The third book is Fitz and Cleo, written and illustrated by Jonathan Stutzman and Heather Fox. The Dynamo team behind Llama Destroys the World invites you to meet the stars of their first graphic novel, Fitz and Cleo. If you're a fan of Narwhal and Jelly or Owlie, get ready to fall head over heels for this brother and sister duo. Fitz and Cleo are siblings by chance but best friends by choice. Oh, and they also happen to be ghosts. Join Cleo, a happy-go-lucky kind of gal, and Fitz, her science-minded brother, as they laugh their way through 11 gut-busting stories, including exploring the beach with a new friend, enjoying some ice cream, playing baseball, and gazing at the stars. The fourth book is Apple of My Pie, a Norma and Belly book, written and illustrated by Mika Song. Join troublemaking squirrels Norma and Belly on more delicious adventures in the sequel to the graphic novel Donut Feed the Squirrels, the perfect next read for fans of Narwhal and Jelly. When local park fixture and spy master Pops gets squirrel napped, it's up to Norma, Belly, and their friend Little Bee to save him. This time their adventure takes them out of the park and into the uncharted territory of the local apple orchard. Where could Pops be? Will this adventure end in tragedy or in apple pie? Or both? With these best friends on the case, you never know what's coming next, but you can be sure there will be friends and delicious foods along the way. The fifth book is Just Pretend, written and illustrated by Tori Sharp. Fans of Real Friends and Be Prepared will love this energetic, affecting graphic memoir in which a young girl uses her active imagination to navigate middle school, as well as the fallout from her parents' divorce. Tori has never lived in just one world. Since her parents' divorce, she's lived in both her mom's house and her dad's new apartment. And in both places, no matter how hard she tries, her family still treats her like a little kid. Then there's school, where friendships old and new are starting to feel more and more out of her hands. Thankfully, she has books and writing, and now the stories she makes up in her head just might save her when everything else around her, friendships, school, family, is falling apart. Author Tori Sharp takes us with her on a journey through the many commonplace but complex issues of fractured families, as well as the beautiful fantasy narrative that helps her cope, gorgeously illustrated and full of magic, fairies, witches, and lost and found friendships. The sixth book is The Fifth Quarter, written and illustrated by Mike Dawson. Lori Block and her best friend Sophia are dedicated to their fourth grade basketball team, despite being relegated to the fifth quarter, an extra period before the real game starts, where the not-so-good kids play and the points don't count. That doesn't matter to Lori, though, because basketball is a place where working hard and getting better gives her hints of self-confidence. At school, she is awkward and unsure, and at home, Lori's parents are consumed by her mother's bid for local government. With athletic promise and dogged determination to keep improving, Lori pursues her passion while navigating awkward social dynamics, her own expectations, and her first overnight stay away from home. Can she find her confidence in school, at home, and on the court? The seventh book is Miles Morales' Shockwaves, a Spider-Man graphic novel, written by Justin A. Reynolds, illustrated by Pablo Leon. Miles Morales is a normal school kid who happens to juggle school at Brooklyn Visions Academy while swinging through the streets of Brooklyn as Spider-Man. After a disastrous earthquake strikes his birthplace of Puerto Rico, Miles springs into action to help set up a fundraiser for the devastated island. But when a new student's father goes missing, Miles begins to make connections between the disappearance and a giant corporation sponsoring Miles's fundraiser. Who is behind the disappearance, and how does that relate to Spider-Man? The eighth book is a graphic novel adaptation of a beloved best-selling Newbery Honor-winning novel, Turtle in Paradise, the graphic novel written by Jennifer L. Holm and illustrated by Savannah Ganeshow. 11-year-old Turtle is smart and tough and has seen enough of the world not to expect a Hollywood ending. After all, it's 1935 and money, and sometimes even dreams, is scarce. So when Turtle's mother gets a job housekeeping for a lady who doesn't like kids, Turtle heads off to Florida to live with relatives. Florida's like nothing Turtle's ever seen before, though. It's full of ragtag boy cousins, family secrets to unravel, and even a little bit of fun. Before she knows what's happened, Turtle finds herself coming out of her shell, and as she does, her world opens up in the most unexpected ways. Inspired by family stories, 3-time Newbery Honor winner Jennifer L. Holm blends family lore with America's past in this charming gem of a novel, now adapted into graphic novel form by rising star Savannah Ganeshow. The ninth book is Can You Hear a Penguin Fart on Mars? And Other Excellent Questions, the first book in the Jop and Blip Wanna Know series. Written and illustrated by Jim Benton. Join Jop and Blip as they follow their curiosity and investigate these seemingly odd questions using their own brand of logic, critical thinking skills, STEM knowledge, and humor. Can you hear a penguin fart on Mars? What if you wanted a dragon sandwich? Why do you need 2 ears? With Jop and Blip, everything is worth knowing. Perfect for fans of Dave Pilkey and Dan Gutman. The 10th book is Shark Summer, written and illustrated by Ira Marks. When a Hollywood film crew arrives on Martha's Vineyard with a mechanical shark and a youth film contest boasting a huge cash prize, disgraced pitcher Gail Bluestreak Breyer seeks a chance to turn a bad season into the best summer ever. After recruiting aspiring cinematographer Elijah Jones and moody director Maddie Gray, Gail and her crew set out to uncover the truth of the island's own phantom shark and win the prize money. But these unlikely friends are about to discover what happens when you turn your camera toward the bad things lurking below the surface. I hope you enjoyed learning about all of these new books. If you would like to put any of the books I shared with you today on hold, please visit our website at mcl.org. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you at the library soon.